Alright, doing another mental health video here. This one's going to be about disabilities and things like that, and things that I had, especially in school. And I am driving, but yep, it's not good, but I'm paying attention. I'm not looking down at you, I'm looking up ahead. I don't need to look down at the camera just to talk, but this one's going to be about disabilities and good stuff here, as I just keep popping these videos out. I am heading to a lawnmower shop to get something else I need. Always trying to buy something I need. But so there are so many disabilities out there, as we know. A whole list of them. Disabilities, disorders, everything. Including myself. Whether I got some bipolar going on, mood disorder, lack of sleep, big time. I feel that. A lot of people can. I don't know. There's some ADHD going on, different things. I know that. Haven't been officially diagnosed, but I know I got stuff. And then during my depression, I had a bad low. I had like subconscious depression all my life, like it was there. I just kept working and doing stuff, and you don't know it when you have this going on. And you're living, you're working, busy doing stuff, and you don't know. It's hidden. It's your anxiety, the depression, all that stuff is hidden in your mind. You're not thinking about it. You're just doing stuff until something really bad happens. A situation, or people, or you lose jobs, you get a bad car wreck, or you go through a divorce, whatever, some kind of traumatic thing. And then you hit this bad low, and you don't realize until then. And it's so bad, and it hits, and you're stuck in this like a zombie, like I was, and you can't get out of it. It sucks so bad. It is so bad. And I'm 3 months into this doing good, almost like a sober, or like a person being sober. But I never did any drugs or nothing. Just always been depressed, and I took these pills that sedated me so bad. My body reacted badly. Had a near death. My heart basically shut off. It stopped, or pretty much went down to a low beat, where it felt like I had near death. And I had kidney stones. I had a bunch of stuff going on because of it. But so I've taken stuff too now, but not drugs. And I grew up closed-minded and everything, like just ignoring everything going on out there. So through my 20s and into my 30s, I just kept learning more, and experiencing, meeting different people. I got involved in some stuff. It all opened me up for good, not for bad. It seemed bad, but it opened me all up wide open to see things for what it is that no one else knows how to see. Can't stretch their brain out far enough to see things, I guess. But I do. And it's hard for some people, but that's okay. I got to that level. Took some pain and everything, but everybody's got stuff going on, these disorders and disabilities, and I have one. I had these things going on. I just never admitted it, never wanted to tell anybody or say it on Facebook, but I'm doing it now. I'm talking about it now, and don't care, because I'm opening doors for people. And I need to be in that lane over there, but I'm opening doors up for people, so they aren't afraid to do it. So that's what we're doing here. And basically in school, starting in primary school, middle school, going up to high school, I was on IEPs, the special education, and Did I need to be in those things? I don't know. Maybe not. But because if I had more confidence and was worked with better, some parents out there don't understand the schoolwork. Back in the day when we were in school or now, a lot of parents don't understand the schoolwork. They can't help their kids, so they got to get tutored at school or by somebody privately, or another family member or whoever, and that's tough. And in order for the kids to learn, in order for us to learn, and even in college, it's a little, you got to get some help if you need it. Who knows? But so that's what happened with me is, people, or during the teacher conferences and stuff, they would say, hey, Adam is struggling with his work and stuff like that. He's not finishing work. He's doing all these things and stuff like that. So, my mom wanted to get me tested and stuff like that. So, they had the old school counselors there, psychologists, for primary school, middle school, high school. And, whether they're good or they're not so good psychologists at all, that's up in the air. But if they're good psychologists, they will test you good and say, hey, you got this, and that going on, instead of just saying some kind of broad term like, hey, you got a learning disability going on. Like, okay, and what else? Learning disability is just a damn term, like a broad thing. Okay, so what kind of freaking learning disability does a kid have, or do I have? Let's hear it. Is it dyslexia? Is it, ADHD or ADD is not necessarily, I guess, the learning disability. That's what they say, but kind of. But, for mostly with me, it was comprehensive, comprehending stuff, my work, everything I read, and short-term memory and things like that, just trying to think and problem solve and all those types of things, and I couldn't do it. And whether I had the disability, whether if that was what was wrong with me, or I just couldn't focus or have confidence in myself, who knows? Because they didn't try to work with me good and break it down. Like, okay, Adam has some ADD going on, and this and that going on. He just can't focus. He just needs work with more, or he needs more confidence in himself. Who knows? They just didn't do it. Break it down. That's ridiculous. That's what they need to do now, and that's why I'm doing all these videos and mental health stuff, and to make a difference in the whole world of mental health here. And plus, when you're in these IEP classes, you're isolated from other kids in the regular classes, and that it isolates you. So you're still put in with other kids, but it's just not the same. Then kids can get made fun of and bullied for it, and that's no good. It makes things worse for them. Brings their confidence down and stuff like that. That's not good at all. And it sort of did that to me. And it just sucks. Here I am at 36 and doing all this stuff. And I just had like a big change in my life and kind of starting over a little bit again. Luckily I have a lot of my stuff and tools and things to use for my business and stuff like that. I got no truck. Right now I got nothing, but probably way long after doing these videos and doing this video, I will have a truck and stuff like that and be really, really successful, and you will be hearing about it. I will be out there as a comedian, even a part-time comedian, and still being an entrepreneur and doing my business and other stuff. You will hear about it. You will hear my name out there, and it will be out there. But I will be making a difference and changes in people. But it's just ridiculous, whether people got dyslexia or memory problems and all this stuff. It's a matter of understanding ourselves, understanding the individual and the kids, your kids and stuff like that, and their needs and what they need to do and what they don't need, and that they may not need pills and stuff. None of us need pills, just need to do supplements and vitamins and stuff like that, and go from there. Let God take over and stuff like that. He made us. He knows what we got, our soul. And when we get into these bodies, it's just nothing but flesh and bones. And when we get into these bodies, that's what hinders us and slows us down, not our soul. Our soul is good and fine, but it's when we get into these bodies and develop is what hinders us, in our brain. And what we experience in this life, these hardships, bad experiences and stuff like that, and dealing with each other and people, and bad people out there, and stupid bad habits and all this stupid bullshit. Nothing but bullshit. That's all it is here. Bull crap. That's all it is. We're born, we come here, we're doing stuff, living, learning lessons, trying to do stuff, trying to do good and fulfill our purpose in that, and we're out. We're on this contract, that God has for us, and we're out. Okay, we all know when. And I had a near death and stuff, and it wasn't my time to go, so I'm still here and got stuff to do, like this. So I don't know when it's going to be time. All I know is I got stuff to do, and I'm doing it. I don't care who the hell says what, because I'm doing it. Can't stop me. So nobody can stop us in what God wants us to do. So that's what we got to do. Do. And so trying to make this short and sweet, 12 minutes. Please subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Share my name everywhere. Look up my spiritual page on Facebook, The Awakening, and stuff like that. And so again, whatever disability, disorder you have, don't worry about it. Just try to take care of it. Take pills, supplements. You can look up stuff for bipolar, psychosis, mood disorder, anxiety. There's all kinds of stuff to take. Omega-3s and GABA, GABA. It's a transmitter. We have it naturally in our brains. GABA supplements that will help anxiety and stuff like that. All kinds of amino acids. L-tyrosine is like in our brains and helps with the mood. There are 12 essential amino acids and 12 non-essential. You look all them up individually, and there's a lot of them. We need them. Some of them we get them from food and that, or maybe still not enough. Others we, really need. So, so you can supplement with whatever you need. And, if you're doing collagen, you got all them amino acids in there, tyrosine, for your brain and for your skin and for all kinds of stuff. I'm taking this L-glutathione or L-theon. The proper name is L-glutathione. Helps all your cells in your body rebuild your cells, rebuilds everything, gets rid of free radicals in your body, detoxifies you, so that's good for drug addiction and stuff like that. And it does a lot for you. One of the guys that graduated from my same high school, he met this guy and everything, and he's now a homeopathic guy. So he's been teaching us teaching me different things and that, or was, and that was one of the things. So, but yeah, I'm like a whole spiritual guy, spiritualist, and plus into the supplements and that, and fitness training. Used to do all that, and massage. So I still got all that knowledge and experience, even if I'm not doing it right now. So, well, now we're at 14 and a half minutes, but like, share, subscribe. Again, I don't know how I'm going to get 500 subscribers. That's ridiculous, but whatever. At least I'm getting a bunch of views, so that's good news, and I just got to get myself out there. The Awakening on Facebook. That's my spiritual page. Adam Paul Geiger, my personal page on Facebook. On the Edge Landscaping, my other business page. Gifted Hands Craftsman. That's my crafter page. And my YouTube, Adam P. Geiger. Look it all up. Alright, I'm going to walk into this shop. Peace out.